Okay, so tonight I want to talk about the this new company Fering and their new truck, the Pioneer, and this is kind of cool. This is one of their early prototypes, and you can see underneath a cloth on the hood that's supposed to be a hood, there's a tire there. So the spare tire's under the hood. There's no engine there. This is an electric hybrid, electric vehicle with a generator. Anyway, and I'm going to reference a bunch of Ford products, and we're going to talk about similarities. So the first Ford product I want to reference is the new Maverick that's coming out. The Maverick's going to be available as a two-wheel drive hybrid. The Fairing is going to be available as a two-wheel drive hybrid, and both of them get just around the 40 miles per gallon mark. So just as an idea, now the Fairing weighs 3,300 pounds, and the Maverick it weighs about 3,900 pounds. So that does make for quite a difference. So you're talking sizes are going to be much different now. But yeah, 1,500 kilograms, and there's also 1,500 kilograms of payload capacity. So now when we think about that, 1,500, that's 3,300 pounds, and that's right in with an F-150 HDPP, the heavy duty payload package. So that's about capability side. Now, so when you look at the Maverick, you think, okay, so at a distance, it's got similarities. It's got a short front end. It's a four-door truck with a short bed, but the Maverick is quite a bit smaller than the Fairing. Now, when you actually look at the measurements on the Fairing, they're pretty close to this, the Ranger. So it's about the same length as a Ranger. So it's wider, though. It's about an inch narrower than an F-150. Another good reference would be, so it's about 8 inches longer than my Shorty, my regular cab short wheelbase. It's a pretty similar in length to a Super Cab Raptor or a Ford Expedition. So anyway, that gives you an idea about size. Now, on ground clearance, a lot of trucks, prototypes come out. They have big ground clearance, but the trucks come out and they're 8 or 9 inches of ground clearance. Well, this thing is going to have 32 inches of ground clearance. So, and they've got a whole bunch of stuff on their website, and they talk about their technologies and the different things they're bringing out. It's amazing, really. They have a new battery technology that works in the cold, because lithium-ion batteries do not work when they get cold. So anyway, really interesting technologies there. It's lightweight. The prototype is basically a shell. A lot of the body on it has been cloth. And BMW had a look at this years ago, an exoskeleton with a cloth body. And I don't know if it's going to be a hardened cloth or not, but anyway, the next thing we want to talk about is the power on the range. So they're talking 600 newton meters of torque, which is 442 foot-pounds, about the same as a 3-liter diesel in the F-150. And the mileage is 7,000 kilometers, which is 4,349 miles. Kind of a ridiculous range, really. But yeah, I guess it's possible. So they're talking, I think, about 100-gallon tank, about 400 liters-ish. And that's what's going to get them that range. And I expect that's probably in their two-wheel drive version. Their four-wheel drive version, like all electric vehicles, is going to be a little harder on fuel, or a little harder on electricity, which should take more fuel. So to put that into perspective, that'll take you from St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way to Victoria, British Columbia, minus, the time you're not running when you're on ferries and stuff. So that gives you an idea about how far this thing goes. And anyway, just kind of a neat little setup, 42-inch tires, 32 inches of potential ground clearance. I take it that must have a raising suspension. And yeah, so like 3,300 pounds is kind of Ford Focus type weights. It's a little lighter than my wife's electric Focus. And yeah, you're going to have a vehicle that's it's going to have winches front and rear and payload of 3,300 pounds. So lots of payload to put a camper system in it and then live in it. There's going to be a generator. The generator will produce heat, so it's Arctic ready, and the frame is all aluminum. Which kind of begs the question, if the F-150 wanted to do that with the Lightning, if they went to a frame, an aluminum frame, they might be able to up their payload by another 500 pounds or so. Anyway, it's interesting. It's worth a look on their website. They've got stuff here. They say 60% grade it'll climb, a 50-degree side slope. It's capable of running 50 degrees on a side slope. A half a meter step, so that's 18 inches of a step that it can walk up, kind of like a Hummer. The same kind of requirements as a Hummer, and 1.4 meters of wading depth. That's 55 inches. That's over 4.5 feet of water that it can wade in. Anyway, and these are just, if you want to stop and have a look, these are just some numbers. If you're looking, comparing to the F-150, to a regular cab short bed or a standard bed or short wheelbase, whatever you want to call it, like my truck, it's about 8 inches shorter and 8 inches longer and an inch narrower. And so that gives you kind of an idea about size. Of course, it's going to be taller because of the ground clearance and the kind of wagon style wheels that this thing has. So, which I think is quite cool. Now, they said they're 42-inch tires. They don't look like 42s quite, but I'm guessing those are 20-inch wheels. Anyway, lots of ground clearance there, and independent suspension all the way around, and portal axles and inbound brakes. Very, very Hummer-like as far as its the technologies that are there, but all done in super lightweight. So aluminum frame and probably some type of a cloth fiber, carbon fibery skin, something that's going to make it very, very light and strong and somewhat insulated. So there's removable fuel tanks, swappable water tanks, and of course it's a very, very small plug-in battery, and then it runs off of a biodiesel generator after that, an 800cc unit. Anyway, just something that's interesting I thought people would like to see. For more info, check their website.